Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And promise.
And we are live for the last day. Let me move. Yeah, there we go. The last day of the 12 days of giveaway. My name is Michelle, aka the Ignited Teacher. And what I do on this channel, I help math teachers, math interventionists, math people who want to close learning gaps. I provide them with evidence-based and research-based strategies that can be implemented in your classroom, in your instruction, as early as the very next day. So thank you for tuning in. And thank you for showing up, whether it be live stream, whether it be on the replay when you have time. Thank you for being a part of my community. If you're watching this on live and you're new here, drop new in the, well, comment new in the comment section and tell us where you're watching from. And if you are not new, let me know what is your favorite part of the 12 days of giveaways. Also, let me know what your favorite strategy may be or your favorite freebie, and share that with us and let us know what are you looking forward to and how you're going to use it in your classroom. You can answer all those questions. So, unfortunately, the 12 days of giveaway will be closing in 5 hours. And it has been a blast. Today was my last day of school. I need to get It was my last day of school, and I want to say, man down, because those little people were hopping all over the place. Oh my God. They were so ready to get out. And you can tell when children need a break because they become agitated with one another. And that's what I used to tell my middle school kids. Uh, I need a break from you all, and you all need a break from each other, just like any household. So, well, I'm not going to hold you long tonight. Tonight's topic is about problem solving. And I'm going to introduce my problem solving strategy that I use, but it's redraw right for struggling readers. It is not, and I guess you could use it for your tier one kids who are not struggling, but this I adapted specifically for students that struggle with reading specifically. Let me see where okay, here's my mouse. I adapted it specifically. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Now I have a product called Problem Solving with Redraw Right. This is the anchor chart from Redraw Right. Now, there are literacy strategies that I have introduced. I introduced them yesterday. And if you did not see day 11, you can go ahead and hop over there after this live stream and look at day 11, because I introduce strategies to help students make connections and to become better problem solvers through supporting them with literacy. So that's day 11. But this is about day 12 is about the whole process. Now, the reason why I adapted this is not my idea. I have to give it to Common Core. But one of the problems that I had with the way their redraw right was implemented, it was basically nothing there. When I say nothing, nothing. My students who struggle with reading, they need structure and guidance until they can make it their own. And that was not the case with the redraw right that I had been presented through Common Core, Eureka Math, Story Units, whatever they're calling it now. It was not what I was accustomed to. And my students needed more support. So I adapted this to make it doable for my students. And I've been using it for years with very good success. And every year that I use it, I always add to this product. It's what, $15, and you have lifetime access to it. But all my anchor charts, I upload, and I have others that I'm going to upload. But this is the basis of redraw right. We predict with evidence. Now, there are other things that I use here in the redraw right process. That is context clues, predicting, drawing conclusions, and predicting, and making inferences. And I showed a let me see if I can find it. Nope, that's not it. I showed yesterday in day 11 a template for helping students who cannot make connections. The part where students fall apart is between reading the problem and creating the draw part. The draw part is not draw a picture, and I think that's a lot of confusion. I know when I first was introduced to redraw right, it was introduced like the draw part was draw a picture. No, algorithms are the abstract of pictures. So if I call this part the draw part, where you select a math tool. So I have changed all of the way that I address and present mathematics to students when it comes to problem solving. Whatever strategy we use, whether it be algorithm, we're going to draw a picture, those are math tools. They are the tools of mathematicians. And that's where I got that. That's where I got it from. So it discriminates from everything else. They're no longer just strategies. They are math tools. If you draw an array, that's a math tool. If you're using equal groups, that's a math tool. If you're graphing, if you have to find a solution, if you have to find points using a graph, that graph is a math tool. That formula is a math tool. So what tool will you use to come to get this answer? Let me close that. See? Here, you could use an algorithm and a place value chart. But this is important because this part sets the students up for success. And then the literacy, if I can't express enough how literacy is holding our students hostage. because they are not able to dissect this information. When you predict with evidence, you are predicting taking what you think is correct and saying, okay, I'm going to multiply this based on this phrase from the sentence. It makes the students prove why they are using operations. Only 4 operations, and 2 of them are related to the others. So, I mean, it's not that difficult, but you have to force students in their problem solving to connect and justify. There's a book called Intentional Talk. I use that in my classroom. I plan on bringing it out this year because it has a framework justifying why. And students need to justify why they are using an operation. Just today, we were doing some problem solving, and it said the Jonathan and this other girl in the problem, she had 8 fewer than Jonathan. And the other boy had fewer than the girl. So I was like, well, what are we going to do? Some of the kids were like 6 minus 3. What? So justify that. And they couldn't. They were just sitting there. They were just they knew that they were supposed to subtract, but they didn't know that what they were supposed to subtract for. So it talked about 87 pennies. And he had 87 pennies before the boat sank, because they were talking about floating boats. And we had to find out what the other girl was based on his information. But it just shows you they comprehension is they're struggling. Context clues. Now, I'm not asking you all to be the reading teacher, but if you're not willing to support the literacy, your students' literacy, they won't make it. They won't. I'm telling you what I know, not what somebody told me. They won't make it. So let's see what else I have in here. This is reciprocal teaching. It is when we predict. And I have, over the years, as I teach and I come, meet students that are challenging, I create a strategy for problem solving. This was one of those strategies. Predict. I think the problem is asking me to. My prediction, the evidence. Yeah, and I found this, I don't know where, it might have been on Teachers Pay Teacher, word pops. What pops out at you? What do you think? And this was just one of the structures they use, and with a sentence there. I think I'm going to, and they have to choose multiply, divide, adders, and then you discuss with your table or your shoulder partner. Real simple, real simple. And these are the fabulous 4. This is not my idea. I adapted it because my students needed support with reading and problem solving. So if you do like a lot of task work, which I haven't done this year, I'm going to be honest with you, because when my students are not proficient with problem solving, I delay it for the next semester. Now, when we start with this, absolutely. Absolutely. The questioner, I put some questions here. What do I know? What do I want to know? How do I find the area? Fractions only. So just different questions they have when we're talking about your questions that you have. The predictor, like I told you on the other anchor chart, that the predictor is the person that says, I think the problem is asking me to. I think I'm going to multiply because it says in the problem. So, and you go back to making them justify. I think I can use, and it says math tool. I think if it says rows and columns, I think I can use an array because I learned in, but you have to make them make a connection. Clarifying is one of the things that students need to really understand where they are and what they don't know. A lot of them don't know what they don't know. And that's part of the problem. They don't know what they don't know. And I know that sounds crazy, but they don't. And on the clarifier, if you're working in a group of four, they will clarify questions that they have. Like some kids will sit there and say, I don't know what to do. But you have a clarifier there that can help them get unstuck. Then a summarizer, it sums up how you're going to solve the problem. I can use this to solve the problem. I can use blank to help me to solve this problem. And then you, as a group, they actually, once they go through the thinking part, which is questioning, predicting, clarifying, and summarizing, they're able to come up with a plan, solve it, and then come to a consensus about that. So this is one thing that can be used in your classroom. Now, these are thinking steps. Steps for problem solving. And this is what I promise you, it is that detailed. Create your T chart. That's the read and comprehension part. Know, what do you know? What do you want to know? What is the problem giving? What information do you need or know? Sometimes the kids are this low and cannot do this. I found that out this year with some of my emerging bilingual. I had to use Q-tips because they had not done a lot of problem solving. So one of the disclaimers that I can put on here is if your students are not, have not, or have some basic foundation of problem solving, read, draw, write is not the problem solving strategy for them. I can tell you that right now. In my course, I'm going to add this summer some stuff that I did this year to help support those emerging bilingual and keep them on grade level. But this is not for them because they didn't know where to start. They didn't know what information was relevant. But that is something that you have to start first before using this problem solving strategy. And let me see, I think that is the last one that I have. We have an interactive notebook. This is from 2017. So I've been telling you, I've been using this for a long time, for 7 years. And I was doing it for myself and my students, but realized a lot of teachers were struggling with the same problem. So hopefully this gave you some strategies. Let me see. This is making inferences. I think, yeah, this is from, that's what I was looking for. This was from yesterday. And if you want to know how to use this, hop on over to day 11. And I talk about this graphic in detail, basically how I used it in my classroom. So it has been 12 glorious days. And if you're finding this video after the 12 days of giveaway has ended, you can start with day 1 and follow up. And in here with problem solving. Problem solving is probably the one thing that keeps our students from being proficient, and along with the literacy being a barrier to success in mathematics. So I hope that you all have thoroughly enjoyed the 12 days of giveaway. Leave a comment in the comment section. Visit me at fuelgreatminds.com. I got gnats. And if you're interested in purchasing the redraw right with problem solving with redraw right, um, you can, the link is in the comment section of my YouTube channel. And I can't say enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being a part of my community. So, with that said, I am going to end this live stream because I only try to stay on here 30 minutes and it's 25 minutes. And if I keep talking, I'm going to look up, it's going to be 7:15. So, thank you for tuning in. And I'll see you all in January, February, March for countdown to test time. I will be hosting workshops. If you're interested in some of them, some will be free, some will be paid. And if you're interested, get on my email list or follow me on social media, and so you can keep abreast of when those workshops open up. Thank you and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye-bye.